Everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. We'll do one more episode here. We gotta get rolling. Do some other stuff today. Do Deadly Onslaught.
The dwarfs need me.
So we'll go right here.
The High King moves. Cuz to battle!
Fire Master, Teller of Tales. Okay, so now we can get... I mean, plus 30 on the growth is pretty massive. I think we're gonna have to go with that. Squighorn. Need that money. Alright.
The High King acts.
So with him, I think... Probably want Grudge against Greenskins here in a second, so maybe Root Marcher. Grudge against Greenskins.
Fearless and unbreakable.
And he can get either Stand Your Ground or Grudge Throwers. Or my Grudge Throwers all yellow, yeah. Maybe the Grudge Throwers then? What is the bonus for them? Reload, missile damage, and ammo? Yeah, that's really good. Okay, we'll go with that.
I am the
Okay, and now we just have to decide.
Good. Grimnir's axe thirsts. Throw bearers. Let's march.
Okay, now we still can't hire anything.
Who calls me?
We're gonna have to go over there. Okay. Can't remember if we've already oh, we can do trade with Zufbar again, so that's good.
Come, come, kin. Let us feast and drink. All right.
Oh, and we can do Kara
Yes.
Kadreen now too.
Our
Nice.
kin have come. Fetch the brewmaster. We drink. I suppose.
Okay.
What? Honor to your ancestors.
Who else?
Greetings. You no doubt have a request.
The High
All right.
King acts.
Are we selling all of our diamonds yet? No. Selling our kegs and our gold, but not the diamonds. Okay. So there's no point in upgrading the gem mine just yet. I mean, it gives us ranks for hammers and iron breakers, which we can't do either. I guess if you hire a bunch of hammers and iron breakers, like they are 25% off here. So every time you hire one unit of those, they're probably like at least 1,000 gold, if not more. So you're probably saving, you know, 250 or so gold every time you hire. So I guess that does pay for itself to upgrade at least to tier 2 once you start hiring hammers. Which we might be able to do fairly soon with the growth upgrade and the ability to not tax it for a little bit. And that should allow us to get up to tier 4 soon. And then we can get some hammers. Now, hammers do line up pretty well against black orcs. Tier 4 is really where the dwarfs start taking off. Their tier 5 is like, doesn't matter that much. I mean, Gyro Bomber, I guess, is okay. You know, in multiplayer, it's always been kind of a meme. It just doesn't do enough splash, and like the flame cannon's like okay, but not necessarily like super hardcore. But at tier 4, you get several things. You get that the mortar crew, which is huge. It's just like a really amped up version of the miners, like more range, more damage, you know, that type of stuff. Worse in melee, but like anytime you get those mortar crew type of things, those are usually really good if a faction has those. So that's obviously good. And then you get your iron breakers, you get your hammers, potentially you get your gyrocopters. You get a lot of stuff. There's like the Gatling gun thing, which I don't think is that great in most situations. People will say, but the damage is huge. It's like, yeah, it is, man. But like, I'm telling you, line of sight is the biggest thing in this game when it comes to artillery most of the time. Like, it can have as much damage as you want in the world, but if it can't fire over a hill or over a wall on a siege, it's gonna have some problems. It better be like absurdly OP, just like one shot, you know, like the Luminarch or something for Empire, and even that has a higher arc than a lot of things because it starts so high off the ground. I still don't know how I see the Greybeard's Prospectors, but that kind of came into play eventually in the Chaos campaign. I was wondering where the extra dwarfs were because I killed all of them in the far north. That Chaos campaign, we're actually trying for like total victory. I mean, we got pretty far, but it was taking a while to kill everything. We had wiped out a lot of the map. I mean, we had probably burned, I think, like, everything through here. I think we had burned at the time when we kind of called that campaign. And we were just about to, like, take this and move over here. That was a really cool campaign. I wish we could go back and revisit it, but after the updates or whatever, you just can't revisit the old campaigns. It won't let you load them. Okay, we're still at -2. We need a couple more grudges. What are... Obviously taking, I don't know if these get worse over time or not. These permanent ones probably don't. Okay, Carrick 8 Peaks, Carrick Ungor. Where's this? Oh, that's the very top one. Malekith is a big one. I would say I'm going to have a hard time getting over to him. Where is this? Oh, okay, I know where that is. Okay. That's the diamond place below Carrick 8 Peaks. Skaven Blight. It's not really a cool reward, though. It's okay, I guess. Ekrund is okay. Zorn's not happening. Carrick Drawn. Oh, okay. That's this place down here. And then, is it Black Crag one? Yeah. Carrick Azul. Okay. Yeah. And that should be able to drop us down to here. Now, we're going to lose our 10% movement range, which sucks, and our upkeep of 5%. But we get more money from buildings and growth. The leadership doesn't matter as much, and we get some more diplomacy with dwarves. I don't know. It's like... It's almost not worth it to go too far down here. Like, that is probably actually quite bad. You do get a lot of money from buildings, but... Being in the middle is okay, but the public order is kind of an issue right now.
To war! I'm ready.
Okay, so he's definitely gonna pop over.
Hey, I'll see it done.
I mean, the Greenskins can hire a lot. I just don't think we're gonna be able to make a play on Black Crag. No, they've already got another 20 stack or two.
You know who I am.
Excuse me.
No fool that's safe in the world. Send me to vengeance. Good. Grimnir's axe thirsts. Throw
So we need to get up here,
Let's
probably,
march.
to start dealing with this.
The High King acts. For the Karazhan Corps.
You know what? I think we could wait a few more turns. Okay, let's go ahead and go down here.
Send me to vengeance.
Still can't hire anything.
Ready.
Let's check in with...
Come,
Okay,
come.
we're already maxed out with Zufbar.
To war. And what can the Dawi do for you on this
Dude,
fine
you
day?
have 210. I remember I've gotten it up to like 400 or 500.
I am Iron Fist. Some call me a king. You are welcome. No way.
What? Step forth, true friend of...
I remember I've had like 400 or 500 before in the positive with people. I remember it with like the Chaos campaign. We were 400 or 500 to the green, and they still turned on us. Let's go ahead and get military with them. So pay us a pinch here to do that.
Of course.
That way we get vision of all their stuff. And they might help us out in some cases. Okay. Can't hire, just waiting. 8 more public order and 2 in all other provinces. I mean, this will allow us to get hammers too eventually, which is very expensive though. You still require Grombrindal's forge. Things +1 is like, okay. Hall of Oaths. You do get unit capacity for that stuff, and it's still only 8,000, so it's the same price as the other one. But I don't know. Being able to get Iron Breakers and Hammer Infantry are very good. However, you have to get this garbage also, which is pretty annoying. Why did I even get this in the first place? Runesmith? Or, no, I needed it for Longbeards, okay. I guess we could get rid of the Longbeard building, eventually put it in a smaller town. So we could sell, because how many units? So we're going to have, remember back in the base game, you only had 8 building slots, and it was terrible. Okay, we'll figure it out here in a minute, though. Let's go ahead and move on. I won't spend too much time with that. But they're all, the dwarfs are kind of this old guard, like, balancing that the game initially had, where they did not want you to have access to all of your major, like, tier units off of, like, a single town. Which was really obnoxious because the dwarves have such low growth. Like, in the base game, if you take off taxes, you don't get any extra growth. And in this game, obviously, you get extra growth for that. So, I mean, I'm not joking. Like, it would take you... Before you could even get to tier 4, you'd be on turn, like, 70 or something. 60 or 70. It would take you forever to get there, and you really don't start getting a lot of your cool units until tier 4 with dwarves, because their tier 3, as I said before, is not that great. Your early game is pretty solid. Like, once you get quarrelers, grudge throwers, and dwarf warriors, And those are okay. Used to have a separate building, I think, for the dwarf warriors with great weapons, and then the miners with blasting charges were okay. I think they have more ammo in this patch, but you had some okay stuff. But then tier 3, it's like, okay, you can get your your long beards, which are all right, but they're not like a huge upgrade over dwarf warriors. They're pretty good, but they're also more expensive, so it's kind of like a wash. You got cannons, which aren't that great. You have the riflemen, which aren't that great. You used to be able to get normal gyrocopters at tier 3, which that was pretty good. But then they made, and then the brimstone gun was tier 4, but now they're all tier 4. You get slayers, which are super situational and not that great typically. So it's tier 4 is where the action starts though. So the dwarves have this huge dip in the mid game.
The dwarfs need me.
Okay. So we got our Brightstone mine now.
I am the White Dwarf.
Okay. More magical item chance. Oh, I forgot we can recycle stuff too to get Oath Gold. Not that much. Obsidian. Now that would give us extra cap for hammers, which I am very interested in getting more cap for hammers. So we need obsidian to get that. I know the armor, like this thing, the star metal plate, I really, really want, but we need wine. Hammers. Okay, we can get this one though. What's Gatekeeper's Helm? Huh. Missile. Okay, they're not going to be using a lot of magic on us. The missile resist might be okay, but it's not that great. At least they have a way, once you get one town high up enough to get the hammers and the iron breakers, then you can get these items to give you more capacity. So that's good, I guess. Okay, should be able to murder these dudes.
It is time. Onward.
Do I want to make a pit stop here and just gain a level? Do I have time for that? I think I have time. Yeah, the public order slowed down a little bit there. Yeah, let's go ahead and just take it. Well, okay, I got a siege first, so they can't intercept me.
Fight! Jolly forward! Let's go!
Because I do not believe, dude, if they intercept, I guess it's not that bad. If they intercept and kill me, it's not that huge of a deal. Because he'll just come back, but I'm pretty sure they cannot intercept if you are, if they're being sieged, though. It's like, hey, Thorgrim, you want some free experience? Sure, man. Thanks, bro. The one guy that gives the plus 10% replenishment, he's the real hero here. That's so huge, because the dwarves typically have such low replenishment. Yeah, and this even a tier 3 town, a sack is only 300 gold, so you just really, really do not get gold off of sacks. Oh, we're actually in the cheaper one now, I think. So you do get 10% more gold from buildings, though, which is pretty legit. And 10 extra with dwarves. We do lose our campaign movement range, which is unfortunate, and the 5% upkeep, but it's probably worth.
King acts.
Okay, now I think we just go for Tactician for the Quarrelers, I think. Okay. Oh, we got a free gate. Nice. And one of these, which is cool. Now I could go for the woods, the woodsman hut, but I guess we'll just hold for now. And that's not even charging taxes here. I think I'm just gonna go for the tier 4 ASAP since we have enough money right now. Let's tech all the way up to tier 4 and then figure it out from there. Okay, so killing more greenskins. Barrett Bar, do you care?
Dowie from another hole
Nah, man. We need to be able to confederate
Welcome to my throng.
at some point. I mean, I guess I don't have to.
One rag.
It does slow down the campaign
And what can the
significantly
Dowie
if you
do
don't. Okay. Anyways, alright. We're about to get some public order, too, which is going to be solid. So top on my list of stuff that we need as soon as we get to tier 4. I mean, ideally, I'd love to get it all. But I think the hammers and iron breakers are probably the most important things. Because we're going to be doing sieges. Black Crag is #1 priority. And in sieges, you know, like a lot of it just comes down to the melee, just sitting there slugging it out with other people. So the gyros are nice. I do want some gyros. Actually, the mortar crew is really good too. I mean, it's tough because the dwarfs don't have an answer to gyrocopters. I can tell you that for multiplayer right now. That the answers to gyrocopters are very, very sparse for the dwarves. So maybe it's getting gyros. I don't know. The hammers are important. Hammers would be way better against vampire counts, or way more important versus vampire counts. But gyros do not have a cap on them, I don't believe. So you can have as many gyros as you want in an army. Oh, man. For real? Is he at war with me? I guess so. He's just like running straight past Barrack Var, like no problem. Alright. Okay, now they're fighting them. Okay, Ostermark's actually taken some of the dwarf stuff. That's interesting. Or the vampire stuff. Man, I really want to do an Empire campaign again.
I'm here now.
With some of the new balance things. I just want to try to take all the little places. Where is this? Grundy? Buildings damage. Where? Why? Well, that's annoying.
Mork says no. I refuse.
Now, Savage Orcs are a little scary. They have pretty low melee defense, though.
Grombrindal.
And they are weak to magical attacks because they have physical resist instead of traditional armor. God, 98 melee defense.
Our enemies shall tremble.
Okay, we cannot go into the town.
Gork ain't happy.
I mean, he's obviously at war with us, right? Is that... Yeah.
You are
It says 27 units.
an ad. Fearless and unbreakable.
Cannot beat them with just this. Now, if I pop over here, I will have the support of the town, even though I won't be, like, in the town. So we'll get a few extra units. I think I can beat them if I get the support of the town.
I'm here.
Now, if they want to intercept me, that's fine.
One drag. Send me to vengeance. Move the throng.
Okay. Let's go ahead and build up some public order here. I love it how when I take a town, all the stuff's injured and has to heal up over time, but when the enemy takes a town, you know, the AI on Legendary is just automatically full garrison, full health, every turn. Okay. Okay, we're actually getting this under control, public order-wise. Because we dropped below this, which gave us 2 public order, and we just finished this, which gave us 2 more. Nice. And then we need to get to heavy cornerstones. Although the growth's not really going to matter that much. I mean, it's nice, but it won't matter that much once we have one town that's tier 4. So we can just mule all the units in, just, you know, at least when we're in this kind of region. You can just get a lord to just hire a stack of hammers or something and roll them out. Alright. They're gonna step up. Oh, okay. Okay, they're gonna get cute. So they're gonna siege the town so I don't get the reinforcements, and they're gonna attack me with the main force here. Now, I could get pincered as well, but I could also retreat. I'm not sure which direction I would retreat in. If I do retreat, then it won't be in this underground place, though. I kind of like the underground place because it's nice and compact, as we've talked about before. Sure, I'll fight them. Whatever. Bring it on. Also, if I retreat, they're almost certainly going to burn the town. Now, if they sack it instead of occupying it, that would actually cause a lot of public order problems, which would be really obnoxious. So, I want to try to make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah, these, the Slayers should be able to bust them up. Okay, so they're coming in over there. Good. Yeah, these underground fights are just perfect. It just looks really cool, too, to, like, get these underground fights, I think. Now, it is kind of troll that it does not let you deploy all the way to the side. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's to try to tax you a little bit more if you want to try to get to the corners. Might be because reinforcements can come in there. I don't know. I feel like I really should have more quarrelers. But I guess I have a lot of fire support, just not in the form of quarrelers. And these guys put up not as much damage as quarrelers, but they are sort of multifarious in the sense that, you know, they can go in there and mix it up in melee. Check out these long beards.
This is a strong throng. Have no doubt.
These guys have some long beards with their dwarf kilts.
For the Karas Anchor. Down.
Okay, yeah, I think that's probably where I want to be. We'll get them all sorted out in a second, so we're going to move a little bit closer to the edge.
Iron Drakes. Punch thrower. Moving out.
It's a little bit more defensible.
Plow through. Strike out. Plow through.
That little divot's kind of annoying for the flamethrowers.
Move now. Plow through. For the ancestors. Shielbearers ho. Strike out. Move. Killers. Rage far. Rage fast. Longbeards. Range far. Range fast.
Oh, we only have 2 grudge throwers now. That's going to be a little bit rougher.
Fly. Move.
We are going to need a couple more of those.
Like the vengeance. Begin. Longbeards. Pump those dwarven legs.
Okay, I think this is probably about how we want it. These guys, I suppose we can put up here.
Nothing can stop us. Gyrocopter.
Well, what do they have? Oh, they have a rock lobber. Ooh, okay. We're going to want to save some ammo then for these guys to try to deal with that. Keeping those rock lobbers pinned and like wasting ammo on my gyrocopters is probably a good idea though. Once again, it's just not a very good proposition to use ammo on these normal dwarves, on these normal dudes. I need to get an engineer, I think, because that guy's really strong. He gives a lot of buffs to artillery. He gives you extra movement speed buff, so whatever gives me the engineer is probably something I'd be interested in.
Come on! Through marsh and mountain. Quarrelers! Longbeards! No need to guard!
Okay, we don't want these guys to
Hook those dwarven legs!
cause too many problems.
Vengeance!
Now we're netted up.
Move now! Charge!
What are throwing all these nets?
We fire on your command! This fire! Off we go! Strike out!
Why can't we move? Oh, the smoke is just really causing some issues, huh?
Understood, Lord.
I mean, does it mean we can't move at all? It says 75% reduction, not 100%.
Fast! Shoot! By the ancestors! I have you command! Go! It is a reckoning! Gyrocopter! Go! Move now! Nothing could stop us! Advance unite! Grombrindal! War of vengeance!
Wait, what are these? Are these trolls? No, those are just savage orcs. Okay.
Let the vengeance begin! Strike out! Down! Kazuk! Move! Select target! They are Brondus! Get him! Kill him! Shoot! Zah! Zah! Here! As you say! Aye! And runes are cast! Dwarf warriors! Put those dwarfen legs! We are relentless! Aye! Plow through!
There's a bunch of dwarves just chilling back there. Okay.
For the ancestor gods! Slayers! Move! Bring death order! By my ears! Come together, lads! Obey me! Let's turn the tide! Pursue! Minus! For the High King! Shout! Anet! We're the ancestors! Fire! Reload! Fire! Pick your targets well! Quarrelers! Shoot the Wazax! Bring the throng to the Groby Horde! Longbeards! Kill all! Nothing can stop us! Plow through!
Okay, there they are. They're just trolling.
Fire on the bow! Get moving! Slayers! That's up! Strike out! Gyrocopter! Kill hooks! Charge! Fane! For the Karazanko! Miners! Plow through! Put those dwarven lads! For the ancestor gods! Take head! Bring them! Right! This won't miss fire! For the High King! What now? Dwarf warriors! For the ancestor gods! Slayers!
Yeah, I mean, those Longbeards really didn't hold up. I mean, sort of, but, like, they weren't that much stronger than, like, Dwarf Warriors, so maybe it's not even worth, I mean, like, really late game, maybe. Like, once you get the hammers, that's, or the Iron Breakers. Iron Breakers are virtually unkillable. I think they're the strongest defensive unit in the game. I don't know if we're going to be able to kill him or not. And these guys are kind of fast. We might be able to run them down. Fast for a dwarf. That's how they usually say it. Now, one benefit of the Rangers is that we might be able to kill them. One benefit of the Rangers is that they are faster, so you can kind of sometimes run people down. I'm pretty sure they're going to get away. Oh yeah, he's on a boar. Yeah, he's definitely getting away. Okay. I mean, they are strictly better, you know. It's just the Longbeards. It's just like, are they worth the cost though? Because they're literally double the cost. And it's like, you know, would I rather spend that money on Longbeards, or would I rather spend that on like upgraded artillery, or just go all out for the hammers? Now the hammers are probably like 500 or 600. Now they're probably expensive, but they put up big numbers because they have AOE attacks. First of all, they do a lot of armor piercing damage, but second, like, the big one is they have area of effect attacks, like great swords. They're similarly very heavily armored and all that good stuff, so. Now, these guys, I think, have a special aura that's pretty good, if I'm remembering that correctly. The Grumbling Guard. They ran in different directions, huh? That should give Thorgrim a little layup. Physical resist and charge bonus. See, even stuff like that, that's not like a huge deal, but when you kill other legendary lords, you get like a nice little kind of trophy buff for them. It's pretty cool. Another choir master. Start getting that public order under control. If you play on lower difficulty levels, the public order doesn't matter as much. Although I will say that with SFO mod, public order doesn't even matter as much on the higher difficulties. Like, you only get -2 for the difficulty now. I think that it does scale up the AI's intelligence though in fights with SFO mod. So, and they get other bonuses. Like, the AI gets, like, their philosophy was the AI gets more buffs and you get less penalties. I think. Something like that with SFO. But anyways, the leadership is much less. And it's more dependent on you, like, taxing areas. So you have more control over certain times when you want to trade money for public order, basically like we've been doing in Karas and Karak. Income from mines, gold mines, and stone quarries. Now, does that include... I think I'd rather just have the +10 diplomacy. I don't know if that includes my main mine that I've got over there. This is basically like, do I want 300 or 400 gold, or do I want 10 diplomacy? I guess we'll do 10 diplomacy. Because giving a gift to them is probably at least like 1,000 or something, right?
Honor to your ancestors.
That's 500. Maybe it would have been better to not do that. Maybe I need to start paying. I just don't know with Vrinka, like, if I'm ever going to be able to, like, confederate with these guys.
Dowie from another hold arrive. 'Tis a great day.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even have military alliance with them, I don't think.
Welcome to my throng. Never.
Yeah, it's too much.
One
It is
rag.
disabled confederation.
And what can the
I mean,
Dawi
you
do
know,
for
I
you
guess,
on this
like,
fine day?
yeah, it's way too much. Maybe you have to be, like, a certain level of Imperium to do it. I'm not
You
sure,
know who
honestly.
I am.
Okay, so
This neighbor,
we get a double
I'll do
header.
it.
I think we probably can. Alright, so we've got this stuff. We could do stand your ground. Hammers and iron breakers, we don't have those yet, obviously. But maybe range and ammo for gyrocopters, gyro bombers, and bolt throwers. As far as gyros go, like, what does this give me? It gives me gyros, iron drakes. And an organ gun, which, I don't know. We can try it out. We can try it out and see what people think about the organ gun. So the lack of that arc shot, like, it's so annoying because you can't have units in front of them, really. And then they can't really fire once your melee gets involved because they can't shoot over them. So, I don't know. I'm skeptical. The cannon can kind of fire over people. So we either need to upgrade this plus this to get hammers. We can get extra bonus on hammers. Iron Drakes have a cap for some reason, as though you would want a ton of those. Now, these with the hammer, the Troll Hammer torpedoes, with the anti-large, they do get 50 bonus versus large, which is nice. They have an arcing shot, I believe. Now, I don't know what the explosive, like, range is on them, though. Seems pretty good. 134, there's 32 of them. A low rate of fire, so they don't fire very often. Which is okay. That means you can kind of reposition them. 150 range, or do we want these, which do... There's 30 of them. They do 95 damage. 125 range. 22 ammo. 150, 134... So it looks like those guys do way more damage. I think they've nerfed these, from what I remember. It looks like they've probably nerfed them, because I feel like they used to do more than that. But that's really nice, the Dawi Engineering. Now, does the Engineer have that buff too? Yeah, he does. Okay. Or no, that's a different one. That's Ballistics Calibration. I really want this dude. Like, he's so good. Gets increased mobility and gives a lot of really good buffs to artillery. So yeah, I guess we go for the gunnery stuff here, because normal Iron Drakes, I don't know. They have been good with the flamethrower. They have been good to have one of them, but I think these torpedoes, I don't remember the arc on their shot, if it's like a good arcing shot or if it's trash. I feel like it's decent. Maybe not as much as these guys, but we can get both of them. I mean, we can try them both out. And we get the brimstone guns, which we know those are good. And these actually do splash damage. It doesn't say that here. But, like, it used to be that these did no splash and the brimstones did splash. These have 100 range and deal 215. These have 125 range and do 209. Why would you ever want the other ones? These have piercing also. Of 100. These have, like, no piercing damage. Although they do splash. But it's like, almost literally no piercing. We can try them both out. It doesn't say that these splash, but they, like, definitely do. From what I've seen. They didn't used to, but they seem to now, so. Anyway, so we'd get gyros, plus we can try out some troll hammers. We get the engineer, and we'd get master engineer. So, I think that's what we need first. So that would be 2 building slots. I mean, we can give up this 250 gold a turn if it gives us 1 more building. So maybe we can buy all of them. Don't think we can give up the gems. I definitely can't give those up. But this we can give up. And this, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can just go ahead and buy this, because we're going to get it anyways at some point. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. We're kind of rich right now. Okay, so this is going to be this. And I guess we start going for Iron Drakes. And that seems super specific. That's kind of troll. Hammers and Iron Breakers. That's going to be really good. Thunder is Grudge Thrower, Cannons, and Organ Guns. We'll probably have Grudge Throwers. Quite a bit of Grudge Throwers. It doesn't increase their damage, it's just their range. And the range really doesn't matter that much, because a lot of stuff doesn't fire back at them, so. I'm not sure if that one's worth. So I know 100% I want this one, eventually. And this one I'm pretty sure I want. It doesn't affect mortar crews, and that doesn't affect your Iron Drakes or your, like, bombers. I'm not sure what else is out there, though. When defending. I guess maybe we get this, because there will be some cases where we'll be defending, kind of like right there, where they think they're going to get us. Or we could get this, because I know we want this eventually. Let's just do this. I know this is like 100%. We're going to do this.
I am
Right, and then we'll knock this out.
Joey, forward!
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Okay, that's pretty good. Valet.
Heading out.
We're getting a lot of public order now.
Throne bearers, let's march. Ready, axes.
Now this should give him the bonus also for Warzog. Since it only gives the primary attacker the trait, I'm pretty sure.
March.
Yes, there we go.
It is time.
Can he dash? I kind of want to dash him and get him over here. See if that gives a bit more public order. A little bit, not much. Okay. And then, yeah, Tactician.
Who calls me?
Thane. Yeah, just deadly hit or whatever. Now, if we get the recruitment up high enough, then we could potentially get, extra recruitment capacity. Why is the public order so high? Just characters, military presence, events, texts. You know, it's got a lot of characters that are starting to give very high public order, which is nice. Okay, let's go ahead and let's recruit a little bit here while we can. I know I want one more grudge thrower. Let's get ready for sieges here. This guy has way more physical damage too, weapon strength, and way more armor. Okay, we'll hold on to them. We can get rid of this dude probably. Did we have a normal miner, or did he die? I think he's dead. These guys are pretty good, but they're kind of expensive for what they are. Yeah, I'm not going to wait 2 turns on this. I mean, maybe that's a fine squad. Historically, I've gone with like 6 or 7 Quarrelers, but I think with the buffs to miners, I'm more interested in having a few miners in there too. Against Greenskins, at least. Maybe other factions I would reconsider that, but... I'll keep the Iron Drake. He is expensive, and he's not always the best, but sometimes he's really good. I mean, that discouraged effect is really handy too. If you shoot them in the back with that, they're against Greenskins. They're almost certainly just going to run, basically, immediately. Okay, that seems like a decent squad. I mean, he's probably better than just normal Dwarf Warriors. He does have a lot more armor. Okay, we'll do it that way. And then we can't hire with him. Oh, I forgot we have this dude. 25%. So he gives everybody a lot of extra vigor. He is kind of anti-large. He's sort of expensive. I mean, we'll hold. We can hire him if we need to later on. God, this Greenskins. They only have 3 properties. How are they getting these armies? It says they have a bigger army than I do right now. Okay.
I stand defiant. Step forth, true friend of the ungrown. Agree.
So I was wondering, I was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna get like too much like diplomacy with some of these like mods and different. It's gonna be too easy to confederate, but I think they made it much harder to confederate based on what I've seen. I mean, I've confederated with people that are like 100 or something before. Now, part of that depends on how strong their army is. If they have a weak army, they're much more likely to confederate with you. But
onward, our kin have come. Fetch the brewmaster. No reason for it.
Okay, Bretonia, Artois.
Champion of the league. Welcome.
They're about to die. I mean, we get some money off of them. It looks like they don't have an army right now. Bretonia got some pretty strong buffs. I mean, those Grail Knights, we've kind of figured that out the hard way. Some recent campaigns, those things don't play. They're virtually unkillable. I mean, they might even be tougher than the Dwarf Ironbreakers. Anyone else that's green with us, we can see if we get some money off of them.
The lady grants you safe passage in these lands.
This is why you get the
I concur.
The diplomacy stuff. I mean, that's how much has that diplomacy paid off so far? Probably about 10,000 gold. Maybe not that much, but like maybe. I mean, it's a lot of money for playing politics with people. Okay, so they're at war with
By Sigma's
them.
will, come in peace.
I do wish that Chaos... I don't know. Like, I kind of wish that Chaos came out earlier, but I understand why they pushed it back a little bit, just because, you know, they want the Empire to be able to fight amongst themselves for a little bit before Big Bad Chaos comes out. And I guess they're thinking that most people sit down and play 500 turn campaigns with this.
Indeed.
Is it time? Welcome.
I know I
oldest
don't, though.
friends of the Empire.
I mean, it'd be fun. Like, the first couple of times, like, for the veterans, you know, the people that have been playing this game for years.
Welcome,
like,
ancient allies. I will not obey.
You know, it's that first 100 turns that are the most interesting and the most important. And my viewership, and the viewership on pretty much every Total War channel goes along with that, you know.
Very well.
So the trick then is how do you make that first 100 like really interesting and like transition into something unique later on. I like the Vortex for that, but they don't have that in the normal version of the game. Okay, so I think that's all good. I think it is worth stopping the growth, delaying it for 1 turn to get an extra grudge thrower, because that's a big deal, especially on sieges. Okay, Mount Gunbad stabilized. Okay. Actually try to get some growth on Mount Gunbad, maybe. Probably not, though. Probably not. Okay, and this has to be the last episode. Then I gotta roll out. I'm gonna take my daughter to daycare and get some other stuff done today. Yeah, right now on the docket, we're working through Dark Elves, and then, so be sure to check that out, and then we're doing the Dwarves here, I think. Now, by the time this episode gets released, I'm not sure where we're going to be. I know that we still need to do some Wood Elves, I believe, and I would personally like to see, you know, a new Empire campaign with the new diplomacy stuff. We did the Wolfheart campaign. That was pretty fun. But we didn't really get to test out a lot of the new diplomacy stuff. And SFO, with the Beastground update, this one, said they rebalanced it and added in a bunch of extra cool stuff. Landmark buildings, all that kind of stuff, onto the baseline game thing. So it should be really fun. I like that. We've had some interest, and people have asked about Tomb King. Someone on stream asked about Tretch. I don't know how serious the Tretch person was. The Tomb King person emailed me, though, asked about that. We could try Tomb Kings again. I'll be honest, Tomb Kings are not necessarily my favorite. And the main reason for that is just that with the SFO mod, we've kind of taken all the unique, cool things about Tomb Kings and applied that to so many different factions with the cap system. You know, everything's got the cap now, so that's not really unique. And then the ability to... the urns is what it is with the Tomb Kings, but just basically the Oath Gold thing with the Dwarfs. And there are a lot of factions that have that. The new Beastmen have that. So everybody's got this kind of alternate currency to buy items or other types of cool things. So it makes the Tomb Kings just feel a little hollow. Like, their units don't cost upkeep, which is cool, and it's based around the capacity, but I don't know. They're okay. Like, I wouldn't mind doing them, but they were very revolutionary and unique kind of at the time, but... Ooh, that's kind of scary. Confederation. Oh, they get confederations, huh? Well, I probably did just kill both, like, the 2 main armies of them, so they, you know, they're probably in a really weakened military state. I mean, that's kind of what needs to happen, I think, to get a confederation this day and age, is you have to have a way stronger military than the other people and just basically scare them into confederating with you. But anyways, I would like, you know, I'll do whatever people want to donate for, but I was very curious to try to start off, a new Balthasar campaign. I think I even did with the baseline game. I even did like 1 or 2 episodes on it, and then I was like, nah, I can't do 2 humans in a row, and then I scrapped them, but it was certainly looking fun.
Welcome, King.
And Balthasar is my favorite
How will the
Empire
High
Lord.
King serve thee?
Their offers, sure. I mean, we have been massacring Greenskins. Also, so that's why it's a little surprising that I still can't get a confederation with... Now, Zufbar has a certain condition. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't even allow me to confederate with them right now. It's not even an option. So we'll see. But it looks like Greenskins are stepping up to us again. Do Border Princes have part of that property? What am I looking at here? There's Barrackvar, Border Princess. Okay, those are Greenskin. That's Kieran. Okay. Now that could get awkward. If Kieran goes aggressive on Border Princess.
The nation calls.
Ooh, how much property? They just got a lot of property, didn't they? Yeah, it was a huge pickup. They just got 6 more properties for the Greenskins. So we're gonna have to keep murdering those Greenskins. They got a new 20 stack. They swear they have a 20 stack every turn. They can recruit like 8 units a turn or something, I think. But so we have like the raw firepower, but they're just gonna keep swarming us. We should have a we should be able to get to tier 4 within 2 turns though, which is nice. And we do have the public order starting to come online, so we can actually hire stuff and potentially build up a second army here with Thorgrim. Looks like we may not have to go up to Gunbad, because we're going to get an extra 2 public order here in 3 turns. So we may not have to go up to Gunbad anymore. If that's the case, we can build up to 220 stacks and potentially come down here and make a play on Black Crag soon. So, anyway, stay tuned for that. Should be exciting. We've got like 40,000 stored up. Those buildings are going to be super expensive. You know, most of them are 7,000 or 8,000. That's not too much. That's 4,000, but that's 7,500. That's 15,000, 23,000, and we got to get this one. So that's like 30,000. So it seems like we're rich, but just the buildings themselves, not even hiring any units, it's going to be like 30,000 gold, maybe 35. In order to get that stuff. So we're really not that rich. And then hiring these units, you know, most of these things are probably going to be at least like 1,000 to hire. So anyways, but we should have some of the cool stuff online. That's 4 turns for that. So it's in 6 turns, probably 9 or 10 turns, we can start hiring some of these things. So maybe an episode or 2, we'll be able to get that done. But anyways, thank you very much. As always, I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Don't forget, if you want to commission a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. If you want to sponsor that Empire campaign, if I haven't already started it, or you have another one in mind that you'd like to see me sponsor. The only rule that soft rule that I try to follow is I try not to do the same race within like 3 or 4 campaigns, just so we get a little diversity. So, you know, I won't do another dwarf one for probably a few months after we finish this one, just so that we kind of cycle through most of the races that people want to see on a fairly regular basis. And that way we get to keep up with all the new upgrades, all the new DLCs, and just revisit some of these classic campaigns. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time.